Today, I will be showing you portions of my space camp video. Amanda and I went to Huntsville, Alabama for space camp. We had to lie about my age because the space camp teams were actually supposed to be 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and I was in 7th grade. But Amanda was in 4th grade, and we wanted to be on the same team, so we lied and said I was in 6th grade. You'll see, she's like super cute and goofy, and I'm like really serious and like can't be bothered. Anytime I knew that the video camera was around, like I tried not to look at the camera, and I definitely tried not to smile. I don't know what my problem was, but I was in junior high, and when you're in junior high, you're supposed to be annoyed with everything. You'll see especially the painful interview portion of the video, and like none of the kids wanted to be interviewed. We're all just like chewing gum, and like both of our moms were really upset that we were chewing gum during our interview, but like everyone was chewing gum during the interview. How could you not chew gum during the interview? One of my very proud moments at space camp was the simulated shuttle mission that all the teams had to go on, and actually they were graded. I think they recorded all of our missions, and a winning team was chosen, and we were by no means a winning team, but I was selected by our counselor to be the pilot, which I was very proud of. That was actually the number 2 position, and the number 1 position went to this kid, Jimmy. He was the commander. I'm actually really happy that he got to be the commander because he was just so purely joyful about being at space camp. He was so pumped about it. And he was so nerdy, and he cried a lot because I think he was really sensitive. And being children, I think, you find the weak one and you pounce. So glad for Jimmy that he got to be the commander. I think Amanda was principal investigator. I don't really know what that was, but she was on the ground. We grounded her. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. Sad to say I no longer possess the space camp t-shirt, but I think I still have my flight suit, and there's no way I'm fitting in it, so don't even ask. Enjoy!
One of our first activities is rocket construction. Building a rocket helps us understand how they work. We learn about aerodynamics, thrust, staging, and recovery systems. It takes several days to put everything together.
So what sucked about building the rockets was that we kept getting rained out, so we never got the opportunity to launch any of our rockets. But there's Manda working hard on hers, and then I show up for like 2 seconds in my most favorite horse sweatshirt.
Preparing for those missions to the moon, had to learn how to walk on the lunar surface, where gravity is only 1/6 of that on Earth. They trained using equipment like Space Camp's moonwalk training chair. The springs offset 5/6 of a person's weight, so he feels like he's walking on the moon.
There's little Amanda. It was actually really hard to maneuver around in the 1/6 chair, and actually I was so light that my feet didn't touch the ground, so I needed like a lot of help with this stupid thing. Like I couldn't move basically at all.
Before NASA started using a water tank to train astronauts for spacewalks, it used a 5 degrees of freedom training simulator. In Space Camp, they call it a 5DF. Gemini astronauts use the 5DF to train for the first American spacewalks.
I would like to point out something very historical. Note my perfectly pegged pants. So cool.
We try on a spacesuit mock-up. This is a very simple mock-up, but it helps us learn how difficult it is to work in space.
I so did not understand the point of this at the time. Like, I didn't really get to like pose or wave or anything. I think I was just really focused on how uncool it felt, and all the millions of sweaty, dirty children who had been in this costume before me. So yeah, I'm super jazzed to be in this gross spacesuit. On the other hand, Amanda looks pretty pumped. That guy in the corner is the boy she has had a crush on, so I'm sure it was pretty exciting that he was holding her helmet for her.
The children all you said this week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah? Okay, name one thing that you enjoyed the most.
Mission 160.
What's your position in the mission?
Principal investigator.
Principal investigator? Okay, are you planning to come back to Space Camp or Space Academy one day?
I don't know.
You don't know? But if you do, who would be your counselor?
D.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Go. This is UTC Space Station SSSA, which stands for the Space Station for the Study of Agriculture.
So we had to enter a proposal for a space station into this contest, and no, we totally didn't win. But this agricultural space station was my idea, and the team chose it, and they all wanted me to give the presentation, but I was like way too mortified to do that, so I finally agreed to just give the introduction, and then Amanda's crush ended up giving the rest of it, and I just got to hide behind our sign because they're like, you at least have to hold the sign. So this is a funny clip because Amanda got in huge trouble. She's not visible yet, but she will appear on the very, very far left of your monitor. She's not even there yet. And she actually left during our presentation, and her mom had a total cow. So there she is. She just appeared, and she's kind of checking out the situation, and she's turning around, checking it out, and she's gone. And she said it was because she wanted to see what the presentation looked like from the crowd's perspective, so she just kind of took off, but it was just kind of funny because her mom got so mad.
Started all the plants.
We also experienced a rescue training exercise from the Gemini program. Astronauts were taught to jump from their spacecraft into a rescue raft, then paddle to a basket suspended.
Okay, see how this is supposed to be a partner activity? I was so mad at Amanda because she was not allowed in the deep end. So I had to do this all by myself, and you know how it is when you're like a preteen and there's supposed to be this buddy activity and you're the only one who has no buddy because your buddy's doing some stuff in the shallow end. So I was like so mad about this, and I probably still give Amanda crap for it today.
Where you from?
California.
Okay, could you name one thing that you enjoyed this week at Space Camp?
The mission.
The mission? What was your position and what were your duties?
Well, I was the pilot. Well, I guess I piloted the orbiter.
Okay, you plan to come back to Space Camp and Space Academy one day?
I don't know.
Maybe. Okay then, thanks a lot.
We used the Space Shuttle Columbia mock-up for our simulated space mission. An early part of our training is an introduction to the orbiter and to mission control.
So our scripts for the mission, the mission's like an hour long, so we don't really pay attention to what the other people are doing. But I guess the whole point was to fly into space, and then these dudes in the back were like putting together these metal pyramid things. So I guess it was like a science mission. And Notice the creepy old guy in the back. We were like, who's the creepy old guy? But that's actually Buzz Aldrin. It was rumored that he would be visiting Space Camp that day, on the day of our mission. And I didn't see him. We had no idea when we were there. But Mando and I just noticed it when we were watching the video like a month ago. So that's pretty cool. So here's me and Jimmy hanging out in the orbiter, pushing buttons and being important. They told us that there would be one surprise that would be off the script, and it would be some sort of like shuttle malfunction. So this part kind of shows like when the malfunction happened, and we all took a vote about how to proceed, and of course we didn't blow up or anything. And here you will see me helping Jimmy, our commander, out. So, you know, I'm providing a solid service for my team.
Success. We do our experiments and land safely. Now it's time for our debriefing. We review what happened during the mission and learn from our mistakes. This has been the culmination of our week at Space Camp. We learned a lot and had a lot of fun.